If you passionately believe your future lay on the other side of the world but your partner didn't agree, how would you go about convincing them to make the move? A move that would mean giving up everything they'd worked so hard to achieve for a country they'd never been to. For more than 30 years, Karen Davidson's dreamt of a life down under.
Since I was at school, probably, I've been pulled towards Australia.
But her vision has split the family right down the middle.
My dad's not so keen on it like me.
I don't want to move.
No, but it's a big factor.
I'm not for moving.
Karen has just 1 week to win them round.
I'm getting that echo.
I don't see the sea.
I would change that, it's just not for me.
Or her long-held dream could be over before it's begun.
I just hope it doesn't go that way.
Living the Australian lifestyle has been a dream for generations of British families, and plenty make it a reality. Today, it's estimated that 1 in 23 people living in Oz were born in the UK. But leaving behind loved ones on the other side of the world can be too much for some, and many families return home with their plans in ruins. Karen Davidson has just 1 week to persuade her husband and daughter that their futures lie in Australia. The whole family will experience the reality of everyday life down under before deciding once and for all whether to follow Karen's dream of a new life there or to stay in the UK. After more than 11,000 miles in the air, the Davidson family touched down on Australian soil for the very first time. And when it comes to the flight, there's already a difference in opinion.
It was an epic of a journey, but not as bad as we actually thought it would be.
It was horrifying.
It's made me realise that it is quite far. Still excited though, still want to be here.
Karen's staying positive.
Just hoping it's going to be all I want it to be, really. Hoping that this 3 take on board what I'm trying to do for them and get a positive result at the end of the day.
But Gary's playing it cool.
Let's see what, the next couple of days presents us with.
Having finally reached Australia, ahead lies a week that could change the family's future forever. Meet the Davidsons, Mum Karen, Dad Gary, Blair who's 12 and Sky aged 9. Originally from Scotland, the family moved to Crewe 11 years ago. They enjoy their life in the northwest, but despite having never visited Australia, Karen's convinced a better future lies down under.
Well, it has always been there for as long as I can remember. My aunt lived in Australia when I was in my teens, and she used to obviously tell me stories about what Australia was like and the lifestyle that she had then. And as a child, obviously listening to that, you're thinking, oh, that sounds amazing.
The Davidsons are a sporty family and love spending time together outdoors, but it's not often that possible.
I don't think we get a chance to do it enough here. In the winter time, you're so limited to what you can do as a family, and the time constraints, obviously, with Gary's job.
Karen's convinced Australia's climate and culture would offer the whole family a better work-life balance.
Being able to spend time together, whether it be sitting on the beach or walking and just being outside, hitting a few golf balls together, would be really important to all 4 of us.
But husband Gary doesn't share Karen's dream.
Everyone talks about the lifestyle in Australia. That's all I've ever heard. And I am not convinced that it is any better than what you could make for yourself in the UK.
And he's struggling to see why Karen's so drawn to a country none of the family have ever visited.
I honestly don't know where Karen's dream has come from. I don't see what the pull is. I don't see why we should risk moving away from what we have to uncharted waters. To me, it's a big risk.
Gary knows Karen only wants the best for her family, but if he is ever to be persuaded to make the move, Australia would have to offer a lot more than just sun, sea and sand. His job in the rail industry in the UK is something Gary's passionate about.
Walking away from my current employer would be really hard. There's a long-term plan, and I'm part of that plan.
Unless Australia can offer similar or better work prospects, Karen's hopes could be dashed.
I wouldn't say I'm scared. I would say I'm petrified. I don't want to walk away from something that, to me, is ideal.
Oh, I thought that was in.
And when it comes to Blair and Skye's view on Australia, they're as divided as mum and dad.
There's definitely two sides within the family. There's a for camp and there's an against camp.
I do want to move to Australia. What is that here?
Now Karen's got just 1 week to persuade Gary and Skye that her lifelong idea of the perfect life down under is one the whole family should be enjoying.
It's a big risk moving to the other side of the world, there's no doubt about it. But it's a risk that I'm willing to take. I think it's just maybe starting to hit home how big a move it actually is.
The family are split down the middle over the move. Karen and son Blair believe Australia could offer a better quality of life and an outdoors lifestyle. But Gary and Skye are completely content with their lives in the UK. The next week will see the family decide once and for all where their future home lies. The Davidsons will be spending their week in Adelaide, capital of South Australia. Nicknamed the 20-minute city because its airport, city centre and beaches can all be reached within 20 minutes, it's a favourite destination for Brits seeking a new life down under. The final leg of their long journey brings the family to the green leafy suburb of Linton in the southern foothills of the city. Home for the week is treetops and first impressions are promising.
See the sea? Waking up to that every morning would be lovely, wouldn't it?
Oh my word.
Wow. Oh wow, this is nice, isn't it?
But look at that view. That's what captures me.
I know, the view's amazing, isn't it?
It's a good start.
Oh wow, this is a right girly room, this, isn't it? Wow. Oh, this is lovely.
I love it.
Is that the naughty chair?
Yeah. It looks like it because it's in the middle.
Nah, you'll not be. None of you been in the naughty chair. We might put Dad in the naughty chair if he doesn't.
Okay, very good.
Oh wow. Do you want to swap rooms with me?
Yeah.
No.
Look at that, Karen. You're waking up in the morning and you just
You sit up
Kinda-
and you can see that.
you see
just-
the water.
Wow, look at that. Look at the big trampoline, look. Be able to do your somersaults on those, eh? I could definitely see myself being here. What about you? Still need convincing?
No, it's a nice setting.
Well, it's only day one. We'll get you warmed up.
I think you'll have your work cut out for you, Karen.
Plonking my house right here on this very spot and having this view would be ideal.
Karen's hoping Gary's positive reaction is just a taste of what's to come.
I think the fact that he's here now and he's sort of seen a touch of what the lifestyle is like, that I think he's maybe going to open his mind a bit more.
But she knows everything rests on his work opportunities.
I mean, as much as I would love this to happen, if he couldn't get a job that he felt happy in, I genuinely don't think it would happen. I would be devastated. I just hope it doesn't go that way.
And despite his reluctance, Gary knows just how much Karen's dream means to her.
She's got a lot pinning on this. And I think her future will be shaped by my decision. If there's going to be a negative outcome, then Karen will feel it the most.
Back in the UK, the Davidsons live in Crewe in Cheshire. They've worked hard to turn their 4-bedroom house into a place they can call home and think it's worth £220,000.
It's a house that we're quite proud of. We've done quite a lot to it. We've basically adapted the house to suit our needs and to suit the way we live our lives.
But when it comes to properties down under, Karen's going to face an uphill struggle.
Gary doesn't like Australian houses at all, and he's not shy in telling you that.
I am not very keen on Australian houses because of the open plan. To me, it's just like a holiday home, and after a short while, it would drive me crazy. Rip the roots of this house up and take it out there.
And if he's ever going to be won over, Gary has a clear wish list.
Upstairs, downstairs, separated living,
Good garden.
We would need to find a house that we were both comfortable with. Gary, I think more so than me.
The budget for property would be maximum 300,000. I would be very, very surprised if we get what we wanted for that budget, and that is a massive concern.
Today we'll give the Davidsons a taste of Adelaide's property market. We'll show them 3 options ranging from what they can afford to their dream home, and one that's somewhere in between. After seeing what's on offer, they'll find out just how much each house costs. House hunting begins in the residential suburb of Happy Valley. It's about 40 minutes from the centre of Adelaide, and with plenty of schools, shopping centres and sports facilities, it's a popular area with active families.
Oh, this looks nice.
This 4-bedroom, 2-bathroom detached property has plenty of outdoor space which should suit the Davidsons. But will it deliver what they want at a price that's right?
Whoa. Wow.
Well, this is nice. We've got a hall. We're walking into a hall.
It's huge. Oh, this is
Wow.
It's quite nice. Nice furniture.
Yeah, it's lovely. It's nice and bright, isn't it? I like the big windows. I like the natural daylight that comes in.
I don't like the big windows. I don't like the big windows.
Why?
I don't know.
Oh dear, it was going well for a second.
Whoa.
Oh, this is
big
lovely.
kitchen.
Oh, wow. See, you can get it warmer.
I wasn't expecting this.
You wouldn't do anything to this. You would just walk in and live.
But Gary spotted another problem.
I'm getting that echo that I've always said that I don't like about open plan, and I can feel it bouncing off in there. So.
And he's not the only one picking holes.
What do you think of this room?
Yeah, I like it, but I'm used to like big ones, not like.
Yeah, it's not as big as
It is a bit
is it?
smaller than yours, isn't it? I mean, it's nice, the right colour though.
Oh yeah.
I would say this is a boys' room, eh?
See, this is your colours, isn't it? This has got to be the boys' room. Could see us living here actually.
It's just not for me. I couldn't see myself living in here.
Can you not?
No.
Surely an outdoor hot tub will win Gary over.
It's not something I would look for. I wouldn't even
no,
look for a swimming pool.
No, I mean it's not high up on the list. It's just a nice bonus to have.
I quite like the jacuzzi, but
Yeah,
like, we're not gonna go in it.
that's right, sweetheart. You just agree with your dad, eh?
I think it's awesome.
Yay! Team mum and team dad. I think that's
Yep.
team dad's over there.
One.
Team
Team
mum's
dad.
over here.
It's only the first property, but already the family's firmly in 2 different camps. It may not have impressed everyone, but could the family afford it on their £300,000 budget?
Yeah.
What do you think it's going to be? Any ideas?
No
Really
idea.
expensive.
I think this house is nice, but its surrounding areas, I think, let it down. Based on that, I think the price would be, I would say it'd be about the 280 mark sterling.
I would agree with you, but maybe go a wee bit lower, maybe 260.
Go for it.
Wow. So you were on the money pretty much, weren't you?
Yeah.
274
Doesn't surprise me. I wouldn't even consider the house at that price
in this area.
in this area. I would just walk away. And I can only compare that to what we've got back home.
Yeah.
And what we could get back home for that kind of money.
It's not the best of starts. The property's within budget, but Gary has really high expectations, and so far he's proving difficult to please. Will the next house be someplace he could call home? Property number 2 is in the sought-after coastal suburb of Hallett Cove. With 2 golf courses within driving distance and only a 5-minute walk to the nearest beach, it could be the perfect spot for the Davidsons.
Now this has got the wow factor.
Hi. This is nice.
Yeah, this is perfect.
I can feel a smile coming.
Dad's smiling.
Things are looking up, Karen.
Oh, this is nice.
Wow. This is huge.
This is a good size room,
That's a good size.
isn't it? And it's a separate living room.
It is. No, it's all separate. That's what I like.
Upstairs, the house has another feature Gary might like.
Look how blue it is.
It's just That's lovely.
No, that is.
You would never
That's
tire
special,
of
that one.
This is nice as well. You know what I'm like? I like a nice, clean work surface. You can get.
Is Gary coming round to the idea of Aussie-style living?
Yeah, I could see myself living in this type of house. This whole layout.
It suits us. It suits the way we live.
And there's no echo. Is there? And it's upstairs, downstairs.
Job done.
Yeah, it's good. It's looking good.
Yeah, job done.
Job done.
Might be wishful thinking, Karen. Outside doesn't disappoint either.
It's quite a nice sized garden too.
This property certainly seems to have everything Karen and even Gary could want. But will their dream home be out of reach given their £300,000 budget?
I don't want to turn this over. I think we're going to be really disappointed.
450.
I would say the 400 mark.
That's £144,000 over budget.
I'm disappointed now, to be fair.
At least we can see what's there, but it would need to be a lot less. At that price, it's just not happening, is it?
No. And that's a pity.
It may be well over budget, but if Gary was to earn a higher salary down under, it could potentially be affordable.
Back to the drawing board.
The reality of Australian property has hit home hard. With only one more property to go, can the family find a house everyone's happy with at a price that won't break the bank? Their final viewing is in the neighbouring suburb of Aberfoyle Park. Limited road access to the city can make for a longer commute, so this 4-bedroom, 3-bathroom house could offer better value for money.
This is nice.
Wow, this is really different, isn't it?
It is. Who said Aussie houses were all bungalows?
Oh, let me think.
It's a positive start, but that doesn't last long.
I don't see the sea.
Is there no way of pleasing this man?
I don't see the point in having a balcony because you're not exactly looking onto anything. Apart from
It'd still be nice to sit out and have a cup of tea.
no,
Yeah, in the
I
morning.
probably wouldn't use it. I'm just being honest.
The lack of a view could be a deal breaker for Gary.
Oh, this is nice.
And then the garden's out there.
From this point on, I think it's fantastic. The kitchen area, personally, I would change that.
That could be sorted.
Oh, this must be the master bedroom. Oh, this is a good size, isn't it?
Yeah.
Walk-in wardrobe, nice ensuite, nice and bright and roomy.
I think it's a bit on the small side for a master bedroom.
Do you?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Small.
I think it feels it because of the shape of it.
Karen's selling hard, but Gary's not completely sold on this house yet.
This is nice. Garden's a nice size, isn't it?
Yeah.
Not
Low
too big.
maintenance.
Yeah, well, that's what we like.
That looks good.
This spacious property has a double garage down below and another feature that could come in handy.
This must be the garage.
Wow.
Oh my word.
Oh, I was not expecting this at all.
Oh, this is like a self-contained.
Yeah, it's like a granny flat.
I know what you call a granny flat.
This house has the space the family have been looking for, but is it within reach of their £300,000 budget?
This house is just full of surprises, isn't it? It doesn't have the view like the second house, but it's got all the additional space.
I think I'm going to go for 325.
285 to 300.
That's around £50,000 over the family's budget.
I wouldn't pay that for
No,
it.
I wouldn't pay it because I wouldn't make full use of the space.
Yeah.
It's not been the best start to Karen's hopes of a new life in Australia. The first property was within budget, but its open plan style didn't go down well with Gary. Property number 2 had the wow factor, but had a price tag to match. And while the final property offered the space the family wanted, it wasn't enough for them to stretch their budget. So based on property, will the family choose Australia or the UK?
Based on the houses we've seen today, we're going to vote for Australia!
UK.
Why did you go for the UK?
Because I don't think I can see myself living in Australian houses.
To be fair, I was pleasantly surprised, but compared to what we've seen and what I know, UK.
Albeit the upstairs living was slightly different to what we're used to, but I think given time I could adjust.
Team
Yeah.
Dad.
Team Mum.
One day in, and the family divide is as clear-cut as it was back home. Gary's happy with life in the UK, so if he's ever to make the move to Australia, Karen knows finding him the right job with the right salary is crucial. If the opportunities don't exist, her dream could be over for good. Back in the UK, Gary works in the rail industry. It's a secure job with a successful company, and he can't imagine giving up the career he's worked so hard for to start again in Australia.
I am responsible for an office of multidisciplined engineers that do railway design. I work with a great bunch of people. I've got great bosses. For me to leave what I have currently would be a massive wrench, seriously.
Karen currently works part-time, but if the family were to make the move, she would concentrate on getting the children settled. Gary, initially at least, would be the sole breadwinner, and he's clear about what he'd need to give up his job at home. He currently earns around £70,000